Pisces, and thank you for choosing me to bring you this message. So this message is an overview of for the month of September 2025. Let's see what wants to show up. I'm pulling a card for, wow, creative wonderment. Follow your passion. So this is talking about bottom of the deck, knowledge, seek knowledge. So I feel like just the overall theme of the month of September for you is really going to be a month of really exploring some creative ideas, options, thoughts that you may have, advancing yourself in some way. And I feel through higher knowledge and wisdom, like it's gaining some sort of wisdom, as far as I feel it's a new venture, a new path. We do have a lot of activity going on, and if you are a Pisces rising, if you know you have that first house within the last degrees of Pisces, you know, you are recognizing that there are some significant planets that are retrograde in there. They will station at some point and move forward. So I kind of feel like this is like an opportunity to really do some soul searching, really looking at things in your life and how they are resonating. Maybe they're things you've outgrown, or just it's time to complete out. But using your creative energy, higher vibrational energy, to seek new pathways, a new journey, a new way forward. That's the energy that I'm picking up on this. So again, this is for the month of September. Let's see what other energies want to show up for you for this month. First card that's coming out is the Tower. Very interesting to see this, because the two planets that are retrograding back into your sign is Saturn, right, which is our teacher, where we learn. It's about timing, it's about karma, and Neptune, which is the ruling sign for your house, is also retrograding back in there. Having those two snuggled up together, it definitely carries an energy of like dismantling illusions, confusions, distorted energy, really opening up and expanding through higher learning. Something to do with a higher learning is what I'm feeling at. Like doing something in a different way, having the structure and discipline. This Tower represents that crumbling of what is not serving you. We have seen this come out even in collective readings for quite a while now, where we are recognizing things are just dismantling. Things that are not going to be sustainable during Aquarian age are being dismantled as we speak. And I feel for you, there have been a lot of Tower moments. There has been some extreme radical shifts and changes for you, and this is just signifying to me that that Tower is now crumbling, and so that the new can be built, like a new structure, a new foundation, a new path is how I'm feeling with this. So let's keep going. Let's pull some more energy. Hope you are all doing well, and thank you so much for choosing me to bring you this message. I really do appreciate you. All right, what other messages are coming through? What other messages are coming through for Pisces? No, too many cards. What other messages want to come through for Pisces? Ooh, okay. Oh, all right. So this is very interesting. We see the Tower, right? And the card that flew out, and it did fly out and fell on the floor, so I had to just pick that up, is the Fool card. First thing I want to mention is when this Fool card came out, it was in reverse, and my intuition was automatically saying it's time to flip this, right? There's so many things I already feel with this. The Tower, the Fool, both major arcana cards. We go from the 16 to the 0, so I do feel like that Tower card is that crumbling of the old. And there does feel to be some resistance, right? Like maybe there is this uncomfortableness about shifting directions, changing directions, going out on, you know, blind faith, not really knowing what the future is going to hold. And I do feel like there has been some sort of resistance. And wow, look at the bottom of the deck, High Priestess. So that is trusting your intuition. I do feel, we do have this full moon that is taking place on the 7th in Pisces. We have the full moon in Pisces, and I kind of feel like that's in alignment with that tower energy, where full moons are where we release, right? And I feel like there is a massive radical shift and change that is crumbling something. It gives me the energy that it was something that maybe you knew needed to be changed or knew needed to go, but kind of resisted. And that's why that Fool card originally popped out and was showing up in reverse, like resisting this new path, this change, whatever that is. To see the 3 major arcana, first it was 2, and now there are 3. So I do feel like this is a major shift in direction in life for you. It may be uncomfortable, fear of the unknown. There could be a lot of things that are coming to the surface. I do feel there is this very powerful breakdown of like some sort of confusion, illusion, delusional energy, right? It's like seeing the truth, seeing the clarity, trusting your higher self and your intuition, not allowing yourself to ignore any red flags. I do feel like this is turning out favorably, although I do feel it is quite challenging. And here's that restrictive energy with the 9 of air. The 9 of air, wow, 3 of water at the bottom of the deck. So it could have been like very emotional, like the shifts, the changes, the recognition of some things could have really brought forth a lot of challenge. I do feel challenging, like feeling stuck, feeling like you couldn't necessarily see the way forward or the path out. This makes me feel like a lot of mental anguish was involved with all of this. Feelings, 3 of water right there, were some feelings like you had these emotional attachments, or even the illusion of what it could be versus what it actually was. Like this feels like really having that lens and that filter cleaned and seeing the truth for what it truly is, and versus what you potentially could see in the situation or experience. That's the energy it's giving me. So we're going to start clarifying these, and with the Tower comes the 6 of Wands, which I really love to see that for you, because that 6 of Wands represents overcoming a challenge. It represents victory, success, recognition for a job well done. And although that Tower does, and look, even in the background, right, when you look at the background of this card, it's like that's where the Tower is, right? Like all that crumbling, all that dismantling, all that destruction of what no longer serves, and leaving that in the past, leaving that behind you, moving forward towards this victory, this success, and what is for you. I don't feel this comes easy for you. I really don't. I feel there's a lot of mental and emotional anguish that is associated with this. However, I do feel like the new beginning, that taking a leap of faith and moving forward on this new path and this new journey is really going to be like, this feels like a blessing in disguise, where it may feel like the whole world is falling down around you. When you get through that energy and move to the other side of that energy, you can see why it all had to crumble, go away, that sort of energy. The next card that comes out is 10 of Wands. And this is the 5 of Wands, I'm sorry. This is the 5 of Wands. So again, talking about that challenge, I feel like it was very difficult for you through whatever challenge this was for you. Like, I don't feel you could really see the victory that was on the other side of this. It more seems to me like you felt stuck emotionally and mentally in this experience of doom and gloom, or burdened, or just really challenging situations and experiences. Again, I do see you overcoming all of that, so just be mindful of that. But nonetheless, like, it is important to recognize how it feels for you when you were going through this. Here's that 3 of Cups again. Wow, so that's showing up here twice. The number 33 can be significant for you. I'm seeing with this, I'm seeing Mercury, and I'm seeing this Cancer. So I do feel like part of this could have been you speaking about this. I feel like this has something to do with your foundation. Like, you know, whether this be in a career or it be in a relationship, there is a lot of water energy. So versus pentacles. Like if this was a lot of pentacles showing up in here, I could really feel where this could be work related or something associated with that. But because of all the cups, I feel like this is in regards to your feelings, relationships, situations like that, that maybe you were recognizing didn't make you feel very solid and secure in a situation, but not necessarily wanting to release them, let them go. Like I keep hearing the word potential, like that as a result of the potential you felt or what you could envision it could be, and that all very well can be true, but you don't have the power to change circumstances outside of you. Like if this is involving a relationship, you can't change someone else. Someone else has to want to change themselves and do that inner work. And I do feel like this is strongly associated with relationship. I see the Page of Swords, so there is some sort of truth, clarity. There is this recognition of the logical mind liberating, because I'm feeling with this Ace of Swords brings that moment of truth and clarity, which may feel very challenging for you as an individual, right? But it's kind of like the final nail in the coffin, where once you experience or you see the truth for what it is, it's like that shattering of an illusion, and is what I'm feeling with this, and no longer allowing yourself to feed that sort of energy. So the next card we're talking, and there's the illusion card, right? This is what I feel this month is showing for you. Hidden enemies. I'm seeing the strength on the bottom of the card. We see Leo energy right here. So you can look at what house Leo is for you. That could have some significance to this message in this reading. But I do feel like there is an illusion that is being shattered. I kind of feel the energy that tower is a divine intervention, where it's going to be brought down. The illusion's going to be shattered. It's forcing you to move forward on an entirely new path. I do feel there is this energy of you feeling stuck, though, and not necessarily seeing the way forward. I do feel like that's going to come through for you. Seek that higher knowledge, seek information, explore, ask questions, explore your options is what I'm feeling with this. And I do feel you are going to overcome this and move towards that victory and success. And at some point, all that tower energy, that destruction and that dismantling is all going to be behind you. I do feel like it's a work in progress, though, going through that energy and having to deal with that accordingly. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. What other energies want to show up? Tell us more about this Nine of Air. What makes you feel stuck? What is it, like, mentally in your mind that creates you to feel stuck? So here's the Hermit card, another major arcana card. So this, you know, clearly is showing a significant major life shift and a life change. And look at the bottom of the deck, another major arcana card. This is a Devil card. This is some sort of toxic energy, some feeling bound to a situation as well. That could be with the mental anguishes, where you feel bound to a situation. But the Hermit card talks about higher learning. It talks about wisdom and knowledge. It talks about going within and soul searching on a very deep level, recognizing. And it's interesting because the full moon is in your sign, and the two new moons that are taking place, one happened August 23rd and the second one will be happening September 21st. These are both outliers, like on that full moon that's in that your sign. These are in Virgo, which is your opposition sign, right? It's a sign across from you. So I do feel like there was something that was triggered during the first new moon, which you can go back and look. That new moon was on the 23rd of August, and the second one will be on September 21st. I feel from that point of August 23rd to September 21st, you really have gone within and recognized and seen something and gained a lot of insight, wisdom, higher learning about some toxic experiences, situations, people, places, or things that are in your energy or were in your energy or that you were connected to, right? Where you like took a bite of that apple, you wanted to believe in this situation but are being forced to see it for what it truly is versus the illusion of what you perceived it could be, right? I'm seeing the goat at the top of this, and I'm loving this because I feel like this is a transformation for you to stay true, tried and true, and do that due diligence of working towards overcoming this, putting this in the past, liberating yourself from that mental and emotional anguish, and detaching in a way that is for your greater good. Underneath that is the Four of Pentacles, and I do feel like it's something that had you feeling stuck or stagnant or blocked in some way. It does show with the Pentacles, so I do feel like it's in the physical thing, in the physical realm, whether this be stuck in a commitment, stuck in a relationship, stuck in a job, stuck in a downward spiral of financial resources or emotional neglect. It's just not giving me a high vibe of what you were enduring. Although I do feel like you were tolerant of the situation and really wanted to work through it, and like, because I feel like you've seen the potential that what could be, but it's not showing up as that's what's actually there, and it's like a dismantling of that illusion. So the next card that comes out, and here it is again twice, is recognizing, gaining that wisdom and knowledge, and recognizing that it's time for a new path. It's time for a new journey. It's time for the wheel of fortune to turn in your favor and for you to let go and put in the past. All of this is the Seven of Swords, a deceptive energy, like an energy of, you know, underhanded things being done behind your back. I feel like this is being brutally honest with oneself about what is true and what is not true. It's like shattering of an illusion, and I've seen this coming up on collective readings for at least a week now. I've been seeing this tower showing up, dismantling all of these false narratives or these false beliefs or these things, and recognizing too where you may have felt emotionally bound for whatever reason in this, because it could be for whatever reason that is, you know. Some people it's because they have the title family, right? And so you have that emotional tie, that tether that is making you feel like you're doing the right thing because, you know, I don't know, society thinks that's the, or society dictates or says what is the right thing and what is the wrong thing. This is more about your soul, and this is more about your spiritual alignment with the higher vibration. And no matter what it looks like externally on the physical realm, it's like that doesn't compare to anything in comparison to the soul alignment, what is good for your heart, what is good for your soul. And I feel like something has really been like stagnating you, like it's been blocking you. There's been no growth, there's been no expansion. Like if somebody was to comment on this and say to me, I've really been going through this time of really being sad, depressed, confused, conflicted, stressed out, all of that sort of thing, right? I could really see where this is saying, but that's not the way it's meant to be, right? And I do believe it's not meant to be like that, but I do feel like it takes that act of wisdom. We did see the Strength card, that internal strength, courage, and confidence to see a situation for what it truly is, to recognize it for what it really is, and align with releasing what is toxic and not good for you on a soul level. And I do feel like this is happening. I feel like there are these disconnections or this disconnect with the things that keep you, I feel, emotionally bound. It's almost like somebody who's always sweet talking you, and then to get what they want, and then the minute they get what they want, it's like they're, you know, running off and doing whatever it is they need to do. You know, this can be friends, family, this can be whatever situation it is for you, but it does feel to me that someone's no longer buying in to an illusion. The illusion is being dismantled, crumbled. There's a tower moment. It's going to create a radical shift and change. Going through this feels like you're going to overcome that challenge, right? And bring yourself towards a more favorable direction. We got Jupiter here. And this is the 10, closing out a cycle and beginning a new cycle on a more favorable, higher vibrational frequency, moving you towards victory, success, a lot of higher wisdom involved in this as well, and this really beautiful new beginning. And I feel like you've known for a long time that it's time for a fresh start. It's time for something new. And I feel like at one point you weren't really willing to take a risk, or you were willing to just go along to get along. And now I'm seeing this saying, I can't do this anymore, because like I said, when we don't create the shifts and the changes for ourselves, the divine will come through and bring that divine intervention that forces that new beginning and forces that new direction upon us. And that's what I feel is playing out and coming through for you during the month of September. I do hope this message serves you well. I send you peace, blessings, love, and light.